was on the binomial expansion. Okay, so I think I gave you 11, 12, 13, 14 and 17, was it? Does anyone need me to do number 11? Okay. Does anyone need me to do number 12? Number 13? Number 14? Yeah. How many terms are in the expansion p plus 2q to the power of 6? So p plus 2q, now a pen that writes would be good. P plus 2q all to the power of 6. How many terms are in that, please? 7. It's always one more than the power, so 7 terms. Okay, so it's always one more than the power. And then it says, what number am I on? 14, is it? Hence find the coefficient of the middle term. So if there's 7 terms, right, 1, 2, 4, number 4, would you agree? So the 4th term is what they're looking for, is the middle term. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going 6 choose 0 is the first term, plus 6 choose 1 is the second, plus 6 choose 2 is the third, and 6 choose 3 would be the fourth, wouldn't it? Okay, so I don't need to go any further than that. Okay, the 4th term, this is the one I'm looking for. Okay, is that right? Then it's the first to the power of 6, then it's the first to the power of 5, the first to the power of 4, and the first term to the power of 3. Okay, I don't need to go any further. Okay, then it's the second term to the power of 0. It's the second term 2q to the power of 1. Sorry, out of room there. This is 2q to the power of 3, and this one has 2q. I've done something wrong there, haven't I? I went 0, 1. Sorry, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, is that right? Okay, right, and I only need to multiply out this one. Okay, so I only need to multiply out this one. So that's 6 choose 3 is 6 by 5 by 4 divided by 3 by 2 by 1, which is 20, I think. P to the power of 3 is p cubed. And 2q to the power of 3, 2 by 2 by 2 is 8. Q to the power of 3. And then 8 by 20 is 160. P cubed, Q cubed. Is that okay? So that's the only one I had to multiply out. Problems, questions? We're okay?
The coefficient.
Sorry, oh, the coefficient, sorry, they just asked me for the coefficient, so it's just 160. 160 is just the number that's with it. Okay, so coefficient, right, sorry, didn't read it properly. Okay, right, so I didn't even have to multiply it. Well, I did. Right, are we good? Right, and the last one was 17. Does anyone need me to do 17? Yeah, okay, so 17 is x minus 3y over 2 all to the power of 9, and they want the 4th term. So it's 9 choose 0 plus 9 choose, sorry, plus 9 choose 1, second term, plus 9 choose 2 is the third term, and then 9 choose 3 is the 4th term, and I don't need to go anymore because that's the one they're looking for. Is that okay? Then it's the first term to the power of 9. Then it's the first term to the, you don't even have to write these in, you can just say them in your head if you want. First term to the power of 7, then this would be the first term to the power of 6. Is that okay? Now, the next term is minus 3y over 2. So it's minus 3y over 2 to the power of 0. It's minus 3y over 2 to the power of 1. Minus 3y over 2 to the power of 2. And then it's minus 3y over 2 to the power of 3. Just for yourself, Right, you know these powers, they should add to 9. So 9 and 0 makes 9, 8 and 1 makes 9, 7 and 2 makes 9, 6 and 3 makes 9. Do you know when I did the last one I made a mistake? That's how I knew I was wrong, because it didn't add up to 6 or whatever it was, okay? 9 choose 3. 9 by 8 by 7 divided by 3 by 2 by 1. Yeah, help me. 8, thank you. Right, x to the power of 6. Now to cube this, you have to cube above the line and below the line. So cubing above the line, it's minus anyway. 3 by 3 by 3 is 27y cubed. You have to cube below the line as well. 2 by 2 by 2 is 8. Is that okay? Right, then multiply and cancel. Right, 8. 4 into that goes twice. 4 into that goes. You just do it on your calculator. 21. So you go 27 by 21. 5, 6, 7. No? No.
Minus 283.5. So minus 283.5.
Just leave it over the 2. Oh, it doesn't matter. 283.5?
Yeah.
Right, okay. X to the power of 6, y to the power of 3. Now if you left that as double that, there'd be 5, 6, 7. So if you left it at minus 5, 6, 7 over 2, x to the power of 6, y to the power cubed, that's still right. So the coefficient is just this number. So you can leave it as a top heavy fraction, or you can write it as a decimal, whatever suits. Yes, Emily?
Could you change the minus 3y over 2 to minus 1.5y?
Minus 3y over 2. Yeah, and do it all in decimals, of course. Yes, 100%, yes. Right, any other questions for me? Minus 283.5, x to the power of 6, y to the power of 3. But you just give minus 283.5 because they just asked for the coefficient, didn't they? Yeah. Is that alright? Okay, right, moving on. Okay, next section is algebraic identities. Right. An identity means something on the left hand side equals something on the right hand side. We'll see when I write down an example, you'll see what I mean by an identity. In an identity, all coefficients of like powers are equal. For example, if I say ax plus b is equal to 3x minus 1. See the way a is the number in front of x here? It must be equal to the number in front of x over here. So what a is in front of x here, so ax must be equal to 3x. So what does a equal to? Divide it as x and you get a is equal to 3. Agreed? Right, okay. And the b is a number on its own, so that must equal to what? Minus 1. Right? So equal powers on this side equals equal powers on the other side. Example 2. Now, they won't be as straightforward as this, as in you'll have to do a multiplying out first or a division first or something first before you can actually do it. Okay, but example 2, I'm starting easy. So if I said that ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 3x squared plus x minus 4. Okay, so the number in front of x squared ax squared must, the x squared term on the left hand side must be equal to the x squared term on the right hand side. So what is a equal to? Yeah, you don't even have to write down the first line if you want. You can go straight to a equals 3. Is that alright? Okay, bx, what is bx equal to? X by itself, yeah? So what does b equal to? 1. Remember there's a 1 understood to be there.
You push it up smaller.
Yeah, sorry. Have I pushed it up too much now? Have I cut people off? They're still on example 1. Are we okay? And then c is a number by itself, so what is c equal to? Minus 4. So an identity is something on the left equals something on the right. Identity means they're the same. So something on the left is the same as something on the right. Obviously they ain't going to be that easy. So example 3. Okay, and I'll do some exercises out of the book. Hang on a sec. If I have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 2x minus 3 times 3x plus 4. Right, how do I do it? Multiply out what's out, multiply the right hand side, yeah? So multiply the right hand side, I get 2x times 3x plus 4 minus 3 times 3x plus 4. That's the last time I'll write down an expansion. I'll just go straight to the multiplying. Okay, so 6x squared plus 8x minus 9x minus 12. So that's 6x squared minus x minus 12. Is that okay? So then I have ax squared plus bx, sorry, plus c equals all of that. So what is a equal to? 6. What is b equal to? Minus 1. And what is c equal to? Minus 12. Happy with that? Still not too bad. Still not? Okay, example 4. Yeah. Give me a shout when you're ready. Sorry. Good. Right, okay, example 4. Right, okay, so if x squared plus 6x plus 16 equals x plus a ought to be squared plus b. And the question is, find a and b. Right, what do I do? Multiply out on the right hand side, okay? So, you can do it a few ways. You can complete the square, but we're not ready to do that yet because we haven't learned how to do it. So, we're just going to multiply out what's on the left hand side. Okay? So, square the brackets, square the first, twice the first by the second, square the last, a squared plus b. Is that okay? So square the first, twice the first by the second. You know, if you want to do x plus a multiplied by x plus a and write it out and multiply it out, that's what you'll get. Is that alright? Okay. So then I have the number in front of x squared.
Excuse me, please. Sheena from Iota 1 to reception now.
Number in front of x squared on the left hand side. 1. Number in front of x squared on the right hand side. 1. So 1 equals 1. That's not telling me a lot of information, sure it's not. Okay, so let's do the number in front of x, which is 6 is equal to the number in front of x over here. What number is in front of x over here? 2a, so that means a would be equal to 3. Then the number on its own, what's the number on its own? On the left hand side, 16 is equal to the numbers on its own on the right hand side. So that's the numbers that have no x's in them. So what have we got? A squared plus b, yeah? Okay, but I've just figured out what a is. I just figured out that a is 3. So what will I do? Everywhere I see an a, replace it with 3. So 16 is equal to 3 squared plus b. So that means 16 is equal to 9 plus b. So b equals 16 minus 9. So b is equal to 7. There's your answer. Is that okay? That says b. My b's start looking like 6's after a while. Okay, are we all right? Example 5. I'll keep going, will I? It will say if x squared plus 6x plus 16 equals x plus 8b squared plus b. It's number 3. This is how they ask it. That's number 3 I just did there. So if it says if that equals that for all values of x, find the values of a and b. Is that okay? Now I'll do number 5. Okay? So if that equals that for all values of x, find the values of p, q and r. That's what I'm going to do next. Okay? So I'm on to example 5. So it's 2x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals p times x plus q to be squared plus r, and it says find p, q and r. Okay, is that alright? So obviously I'm going to multiply out on the right hand side because I can't do anything on the left hand side. So multiply out on the right hand side, girls. Do I multiply in by p first or do I square first? Square first. Remember, BIMDAS, you do your indices before you do your multiply. So I'm leaving all that as it is. Here I'm going to square out and then multiply in by p. So to square out, square the first term, x squared, twice the first by the second, 2qx, square the last time, plus q squared, okay, plus r. So I've just squared out all that bracket. Square the first, twice the first by the second, square the last. All with me? Right, 2x squared plus 5x plus 6. Multiply in here by p. So you get px squared plus 2pqx plus pq squared plus r. With me? Right, x squared term equals the x squared term. So will I do 2x squared is equal to what? Px squared. So the x squared divide across by x squared and you get p is equal to 2. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to draw a line across there. I meant to separate it down here. Right, with me? Right, x term on the left. What's the x term on the left? 5x is equal to the x term on the right. What's the x term on the right? 2pqx, isn't it? So I can divide across by x. So I get 5 is equal to 2 times p times q. But what's the story? I already know p is 2, don't I? So I can replace that with a, so that's 2 times q, isn't it? So that means 5 is equal to 4q So that means Q is equal to 5 over 4. Are we all okay? Right. Finally, the number on the left. What's the number on its own on the left? 6 is equal to the terms on the right that have no x's in them. So what terms on the right have I over here? PQ squared plus R. But I know P is 2 and I know Q is 5 over 4. So P is 2, Q is 5 over 4. I want to square that plus R. So into the calculator with that. Okay, that's 25 over 16 multiplied by 2 is 25 over 8. I think. R. So that means R is equal to 6 minus 25 over 8, which is 23 over 8. So R is 6 eighths, 48, take away 25 is 23, yeah, over 8. Is that okay? Everyone see where I got everything? 6 take away 25 over 8. Someone might check my calculations. I think I'm right though, right? Did anyone check me out? 6 minus 25 over 8.
That's 5 over 2. I got 23 over it.
Say that?
That's 5 over 2. I got 23 over it.
Which has 5 over 2?
Oh, no, I didn't square it, sorry.
Alright. Sorry. Some people got
23 over 8.
23 over 8. Right, are we good? Will I keep going with the examples or do you want to try a few? What?
No, I don't think so.
Will I do one more example? So, example 6. Okay, I'm taking this out of the book as well. So if x squared minus 4x minus 5 is equal to x minus n ought to be squared minus m, find the values of m and n. Right, okay? He's a rapper, isn't he? Right, okay. So x squared minus 4x minus 5. Square out over here. So the trick with these is no matter where the brackets are on the left or the right, multiply them out. Okay? So to multiply out here, you square the first term, twice the first by the second, so that's 2nx, square the last term, minus n to be squared is plus n squared. And then there's a minus m at the end. Is that okay? Then you let your x squared term on the left hand side equal to your x squared term on the right hand side, and you get 1 is equal to 1, and that's just not useful information, we know that. Okay? So then we pick out the x term. So what is the x term on the left hand side? Minus 4x, and you let it equal to the x term on the other side. What's that? Minus 2n x, and then you divide each side by x, and then you end up with n divided across by minus 2, and you end up with n is equal to 2. With me? Right, then you pick your number on the left hand side. So your number on the left hand side is what? Minus 5, and you let that equal to the number on the right hand side, which is n squared minus m. It's the independent term, as in the term that has no x in it. So it just happens to be on 2 bits on the right hand side. But I've just figured out what n is. So that means minus 5 equals 2 to be squared minus m. Right, that's minus 5 equals 4 minus m. So that means minus m equals minus 4 minus 5 minus 4. So that means m is equal to 9. Is that okay? Are we good? Right, and as you move down, girls, they get harder and harder. right, and you may end up with simultaneous equations here. Right, you may end up with an equation in like A and B here, an equation in A and B here, and have to do simultaneous equations. Okay, right, so I'm going to give you a load of these to try, right, okay, and we'll iron out the ones you get stuck on tomorrow, if any, of course. Right, okay, so what we'll do is, page 26. Now I've done, so we'll do okay, so we'll just do 2 to 14, just the even numbers, because I have some of the odd ones done. So you do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Is that alright? Yeah. Okay, I'll stick them up in teams now and you can make a start. Okay. '26.